something strange happens when people finally start to feel financially secure. They begin to follow a set of rules they never consciously agreed to. They look at their bank accounts, they see a growing number, and they feel a sense of peace. They believe they have built a wall between themselves and the chaos of the world. But almost nobody notices the trap they've just walked into. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to look behind the curtain of the global financial theater. We aren't talking about simple budgeting or stock market tips. We are talking about a psychological architecture designed to reward your discipline with a very specific kind of poverty. You've been told that saving is the ultimate virtue of the responsible citizen. But what if I told you that for the architects of this system, your savings account is not a safety net for you? It is a battery for them. Something is happening to your wealth that is so quiet, so rhythmic, and so constant that your brain is evolved to ignore it. And this is the part almost nobody realizes. Imagine a man named Elias. Elias is the model citizen. He works 45 hours a week, he avoids luxury. Every month, with surgical precision, he moves 30% of his paycheck into a high-yield savings account. He watches the digits on his screen climb. He feels a sense of physical weight lifting off his shoulders. He believes he is building a fortress. But while Elias sleeps, the fortress is being dismantled, stone by stone. He doesn't see the thieves because they aren't wearing masks. They are built into the very math of his reality. He feels safe. But in the world of high-level systems, feeling safe is often the first symptom of a looming disaster. Elias is making the single most common mistake in the modern era. He is treating money as a thing to be kept, rather than energy to be directed. Before we go deeper into why Elias is losing a game he thinks he's winning, we need to ask a question. Go to the comments right now and type a single word. Comment safe or risk. Tell me which one governs your decisions right now. If you want to understand more hidden patterns like this, subscribe to the Hidden Secrets Archive. We study the systems others simply react to. The behavior of Elias isn't random. It's a programmed response. Since the industrial age, our educational and social systems have been optimized to create accumulators. We are taught from a young age that a large pile of grain in the silo is the only way to survive the winter. This made sense in a world of physical goods. If you had 10 bushels of wheat, you had 10 bushels of wheat. Its value was its utility. It could feed you. But we no longer live in a world of physical goods. We live in a world of digital symbols and floating values. The pattern is this. The middle class is encouraged to hoard symbols, while the elite are encouraged to control systems. When you hoard a symbol, like the dollar, the euro, or the yen, you are holding on to a promise. But the people who issue those promises have a secret. They have the power to change what that promise is worth at any moment without ever asking for your permission. This is where the pattern becomes even stranger. Have you ever noticed that the wealthier a person becomes, the less cash they actually seem to have sitting in a bank? Most people see a billionaire and imagine a giant room full of gold coins like a cartoon character, but the reality is the opposite. The truly powerful often have very little savings in the traditional sense. They understand something that Elias does not. They understand the system of velocity. To understand why your savings are a mistake, you have to understand the hidden mechanism of the liquidity trap. Think of the global economy as a massive electrical grid. Money is the electricity. For the grid to function, the electricity must move. It must flow through wires, power lights, and turn motors. If the electricity stops moving, the grid dies. When you put your money into a standard savings account, the bank doesn't actually keep it there. They don't put your specific dollars in a box with your name on it. The moment you hand it over, the bank uses a system called fractional reserve banking. They take your safety and they lend it out 10 times over. They turn your stillness into their movement. They are using your energy to build their systems, while they pay you a fraction of a percent in interest, a hush money payment to keep you from noticing that your purchasing power is evaporating. While your money sits safe in your account, the central banks are increasing the supply of currency. This is the invisible tax. If the total amount of money in the world doubles, but your savings stay the same, you haven't just stayed still, you've been cut in half. The system benefits from your desire for safety because your stillness provides the stability they need to take risks with your capital. But the real system hides one level deeper. The mistake most people make is the belief that money is a store of value. It isn't, not anymore. In the modern era, money is a claim on future human labor. When you save money, you are essentially saving coupons that you hope to trade for someone else's work or products in 10 or 20 years. The trap is that the system is designed to ensure those coupons expire. Not all at once, but slowly, a leak in the bucket. Why do intelligent people fall for this? It's because of a psychological phenomenon known as loss aversion. Our brains are hardwired to feel the pain of losing $10 twice as much as the joy of gaining $10. The bank account gives us a static number. That number doesn't go down. When you look at your app, it says $50,000. Next month, it says $51,000. Your brain sees up. It feels growth. But this is an optical illusion. While the number goes up, the density of each dollar is shrinking. You are standing on an escalator that is moving downward, and you're celebrating because you're walking up one step at a time. You feel like you're gaining ground, but you're barely maintaining your altitude. And this is the part almost nobody realizes. The system needs you to be afraid of the market, afraid of assets, and afraid of movement, because as long as you are afraid, you will keep your energy in their batteries. Most people never learn these systems unless they actively study them. If you're starting to see the pattern, join us. Subscribe to the archive. Now, let's look at the people who understand the pattern. They don't think in terms of savings, they think in terms of positioning. They understand that in a system of constant inflation and shifting power, the only way to survive is to own things that are outside the printing press. They don't want the coupons. They want the factories that make the things the coupons buy. These individuals treat their capital like a soldier, not a prisoner. While Elias is proud of his still money, the architect is looking for velocity. They move their wealth into assets that produce cash flow, into education that increases their own human capital, or into scarce resources that the system cannot simply manifest out of thin air. They understand that risk is not the possibility of losing money. The real risk is the certainty of losing time. If you save for 30 years and your money loses half its value, you haven't just lost wealth. You've lost 15 years of your life that you spent earning that value. You can get more money. You can never get more Tuesday afternoons. Let's pause for a discussion. Do you think success in this world is mostly about hard work, or is it mostly about understanding the systems? Share your perspective in the comments. We read every response. We are living through a period of history where the old rules are being used to distract us from the new reality. The shocking mistake isn't that you are saving money. It's that you are trusting a definition of safety that was written by the people who profit from your stagnation. Society tells you to be a reservoir, to collect, to hold, to stay still. But the universe and the global economy is a river. If you try to hold the water in your hands, it eventually turns stagnant. It loses its life. But if you learn to navigate the current, if you learn to place your energy where it can grow and flow, the entire nature of your safety changes. Real security doesn't come from the size of your pile. Real security comes from your ability to understand the mechanics of the game you're playing. Most people spend their entire lives reacting to the system. They feel the sting of rising prices, the weight of debt, and the anxiety of an uncertain future, and they react by huddling closer to their savings. They do more of what is already failing them. But if you take the time to step back, they look for the invisible wires. They study the patterns of power and the psychology of value. And once you see the pattern, you can never unsee it. You stop being a battery, you start being an architect. Comment follow if you're still reacting to the system, or think if you're ready to start understanding it. The illusion of the savings account is perhaps the greatest psychological trick of the 21st century. It utilizes our natural biological drive for hoarding and security and redirects it towards a system that feeds on that very security. When you understand that your bank balance is not a measure of your worth, but a measure of your stored energy, you begin to see why the elite move the way they do. They do not seek the stillness of the vault, they seek the chaos of the growth. They realize that in a world of shifting sands, the only true foundation is a mind that can decode the architecture of the desert. If you found this insight powerful, it is only the beginning. The world is built on hidden rules. Rules about money, rules about power, and rules about the human mind that most people will never notice. If you want to understand these hidden rules, subscribe to the Hidden Secrets Archive. Every video we produce is designed to break down the patterns that govern your life. We don't offer hype, we offer perspective. Because once you understand the system, you stop reacting to it. And once you stop reacting, you can finally start to lead. The path from being a component of the system to being a master of it starts with a single realization, that everything you've been taught about safety was designed to keep you exactly where you are. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next archive.